Alright, so today I've realized that I have not talked about cleaning my smoker. I feel like that should be expressed at some point. So this one is specifically for my Pit Boss 5 Series vertical smoker. Now, I feel like the same rules kind of apply to any pellet smoker. It's the same concept. It may not be like this exact spot, this exact part, this exact thing, whatever, but the steps are there. So we're gonna head outside and let's continue this conversation out there. So I'm gonna try and do this as quickly and efficiently as possible. What you're focused on are 5 things. 1 are all your trays. Now I have 5 of them because it's a 5 series, so 5 trays. So I'm gonna take these guys inside, let them soak for a little bit, get all that crap off of them from the food sitting on them or anything that's stuck, any of the seasonings, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then the second thing you also wanna focus on is the water tray, because that's where all the grease collects, that's where any burnt stuff, whatever, collects, and it's just nasty. It gets gross real fast, especially if there is water in there. I highly suggest dumping the water, then letting it soak. So we're gonna take these guys inside and let these guys soak. Now, one thing I do recommend is wearing some gloves so you don't get ash and stuff all over your hands. Otherwise, you'll be scrubbing your hands for days. So wear some gloves. So just to give you an idea, you can see how gritty it is. Now, since I have 5 trays, I try and keep them rotated so that I don't have to clean all 5 of them at once. So in this case, I only have 3 that I have to clean, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, let's take these guys inside. So one of the things I don't worry about is the door, mainly the glass. Reason being is because as soon as I turn this guy on, he's gonna fog right back up. And so I've learned to just worry about cleaning the seals, cleaning around the door, make sure that that stuff is good, because obviously you want a good seal so that none of your stuff escapes and so that it regulates heat well. So that you do need to focus on. But next is our firebox. So this is where a shop vac comes in handy. So this is where all the ash is, this is where everything floats. Now this guy, in the summertime, I'll spray him off with a hose. But now I just kind of wipe them off a little bit because again, it's gonna get dusty again. But all this is what I'm worried about. And inside here, where the catch box is, where the fire starts and everything, that's what I'm worried about. Because if this is blocked, then your fire doesn't light and it doesn't work. So take a shop vac, clean this guy out, and then if you want to, take a wet rag and wipe him out. But let's get this guy cleaned out. And then, like I said, I'll take a wet rag and a dry rag and just give it a good wipe. Okay, bam. So we're gonna set him back. It's not perfect, but it's cleaner. But not too bad, right? Again, it's not perfect, but I wanted to get any grease spots, any scorch marks, get that up, wipe that out. That way it's just nice and fresh. And then obviously wipe the box down. Wanted to get any dust, any debris out of there. Any buildup is nice to get rid of. And then if you want to, you can turn this on, plug it in, let your auger run for a minute. That way it gets any old pellets out. And if it gets clogged, like it rains and you get some water down in there, it helps kind of clean it out. And that way you're good to go, you're set. So, trays, water tray, firebox, the auger, the bottom, and then lastly, just the outside of it. Just give it a good wipe. And more importantly, you want to wipe off all your buttons. Again, the door. And then in this case, I also want to do the chimney cap. So first I want to wipe this down just so that we're good and fresh. But see how you get some ash buildup? And then I want to screw this guy off. And honestly, I might give him a good wipe out too. But this is what I'm talking about. All the ash builds up right here on this bar, and it just, again, you're helping with airflow. So I'm gonna take a wet one because I want this to stick to it. But I'm gonna take this wet side and just give them a light wipe. It's not a lot, but it's enough to get rid of that gunk. And then give the rim a good wipe, and then go over it with a dry towel. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. So, screw him back on. Okay, so, real quick, before I put the trays back in, let's talk about this, the pellet box and the auger. So, the cool thing about this is one, obviously the lid comes up, and I'm gonna give this guy a good wipe, because I just recently cleaned out the auger, so I don't need to do anything to it. But I'm gonna at least show you guys what I do. That way, it's explained, and I didn't miss anything. So, the cool thing about this is, and I don't know if you can see it. So, there's a screw here, and there's 2 on each side of this bar. I just take this top one off because that's what connects this bar inside. And then there's 2 over here, and then 2 over here. So here, I'll show you. Those 2 right there, and then 2 on this side. So, just a normal Phillips head, but the nice thing is that this guy then comes out and it's got enough space that you can stick a shop vac hose down in there, suck anything up along the sides, because this doesn't quite go down into the center, because in the bottom it caves in. And actually you can see how the pellets kind of go down and in. That's because everything kind of gravitates towards the center, and then the auger's right there in the middle. So then if you want to take the pellets out, this is the door for it. This guy just, and I'm going to just kind of show you how to do it, but this guy unscrews, and you don't need to completely unscrew them, because then this latch comes up, and again, I don't want to, because I just did the pellets and I don't want all my pellets to come out onto the ground. But put him back and then tighten him back, and you're good to go. And if you have something big enough, use it. If you don't, I just use a bunch of really big bowls and pots, and I just fill them all up. It's kind of obnoxious because then you got to wash all of them, and it's a pain. But if you have something big enough, some sort of trough, I don't know, just anything that can fit underneath this space, go for it. Otherwise, no big deal. Just know that you got 30 to 40 pounds of pellets in there, and that's a lot. So just something to keep in mind. All right, so trays are done. Trying to do this quick because I'm burning daylight, and I'm gonna try and see if you can't see it, but if you do it right, you can almost read the words again. And I think this says, make sure your pan's filled with water or else it catches on fire. So that's important. But there you have it. Things you need to know to clean your smoker, how to clean your smoker, and just a nice video. But there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, and you're new, make sure you hit that sub button. Throw a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and as always, peace out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!